Hello. Dear followers and viewers who are interested about digital educational hackathons and everything what does it mean, we will talk about these things during our TV show or the broadcast. We can call it in a such way. And soon we will have here the two guests. Will be Jaanika Leoste and also Tomi Kaupinen from Finland. Jaanika is from Estonia. And we will talk about the hackathons and about digitalization and about the education. See you soon.
Ciao e benvenuti al DigiEduhack all'Università di Aalto.
Moi, tervetuloa DigiEduhackiin.
Meidän teema on tänä vuonna Connected Learners, eli miten tuoda ihmiset yhteen online-oppimisessa.
Kind of handmade or digital. It seems to be.
We run a digital education hackathon called Connected Learners, Hacking the Online Learning Experience. So what does it mean to us? What does it mean to me? It means that we can work with amazing mentors, we can work with amazing participants from all around the globe to work with us to solve this challenge. What is especially interesting is to see how participants are learning, working in teams, learning from us even, how to ideate, how to design, how to prototype, how to pitch, and now we see the results. Super exciting. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Welcome back. And I'm glad to say welcome also to these guests who are physically here. We will have some guests online as well. But Tomi, hello Tomi, and Jaanika, hello Jaanika, you are here physically.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Not through the Zoom or anything else. We will try today also totally the hot ride. First of all, you're not the first time in this studio, but probably people don't remember exactly your role and your background. Maybe we can start from Jaanika. Jaanika, who you are and what is your role in this project?
In this project, Tallinn University is responsible for these learning opportunities like this one happening right now live. And the aim of these learning opportunities is to prepare different people across Europe and outside of Europe to conduct wonderful digital education hackathons. And why I'm here today, most likely that I'm guilty of being project manager of DigiEduhack that took...
Guilty sounds good.
Okay, okay. I was responsible of being a project manager of DigiEduhack 2023 that took place here at Tallinn University as a hybrid event, and hybrid, that is something we are going to definitely talk about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Tommy, your role and your background, please.
Yeah, I'm Tommy Kauppinen from Aalto University. I'm head of Aalto Online Learning Online Hybrid Lab. So metaverse, virtual reality, augmented reality, everything that you can imagine.
Okay, robotics from my side.
Yeah, robotics as well, yeah. And our role in the project is to also collaborate with...
Support me.
Yeah, learning opportunities,
Yes.
everything, and then also redesigning with all the partners the whole hackathon experience, and also working with stakeholders, national ambassadors of DigiEduhack, and so much more.
So to support all these people who would be interested in conducting digital education hackathon this year, we will support you.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
And what is our experience until now? What is the key of the full participation example in the hackathon? Jaanika, how to manage the full participation? Is it possible?
Let's say when conducting hackathons, there are different levels. So basically, I hack something out at home without any other colleagues. Then the next level, we gather together at universities, at kindergartens, at companies. Then we hack together at the national level. But then there is also regional level, European level, and world level. And why this education hackathon is so tricky? It's because the education is always connected so tightly with our culture, with our background. And when we think, okay, we hacked out something here in Aalto or in Tallinn, now can you use it in Italy somewhere? And most likely not, because there are some ways we have to adapt it. And that's the reason why this education is needed across the Europe. And when we come finally together, we can compare our solutions and we can select among these solutions something that is suitable for the whole Europe.
So this process is very important on the European Union level, and we just can't take the experience of one country to develop it in another country, even in the EU, not talking about the world.
We might be able, but it's better to start locally, bottom up, and then scale up, rather than start from like top down, that okay, everybody has to do it like this. It won't work.
But these people are from the different time zones and with a different background, and how you manage it during the hackathon?
That's the reason why we invite people across Europe and worldwide to conduct their own local hackathons. But we communicate what is happening, and that's the reason why there's a dedicated week selected for the whole world, so we could learn from each other. And maybe there are some time differences, maybe there are differences in the format, but most important that we prepare together in this during these learning opportunities. And also there are specific preparation for hosts and participants, because some of the hackathons are still competitions. We say that it's not nice to compete when we have education, but some competition is necessary. Somewhat we have to
Why
select.
it is necessary? It gives some special energy for the people, some kind of they need to do with a limited time space.
Tommy, could you answer? I don't want to be unpopular.
Energy and boosting, absolutely. And for example, if you think about like why hackathons, why, I mean, of course we have maker spaces, of course people can just design and co-design with like unlimited time. But when you have time, it gives you nice pressure, time pressure, social pressure you need to deliver. And for example, one thing that we have done in Aalto University with like 6-7 different locations around the world is to have like 6 hours a local design team works on the understanding the problem. Then they move the problem as it is, as they understood it, to next design team, which is in another time zone.
They
start
need
to work
make
on it.
a very good explanation.
Absolutely, and this is
The
part of
brief
the exactly. This is part of the game, and this is a design we have published about this as well, and share absolutely to others. Well, how did it work out? All the participants were very happy, and also the customers, the people who gave the challenges. So
Actually,
there are a lot
now
of different interesting solutions.
Tommy, I'm checking that we should talk about maximizing accessibility. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
How the technology could help us with maximizing this
accessibility.
accessibility? Yeah?
Actually, it's quite simple. Nowadays, we all think that why shouldn't we take everything to online? But we just had a conversation with Tommy, really fruitful, just a few minutes ago, that most likely we are human.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we are humans. And so when we have time pressure, we have difficult problem to solve. And then we also want to demonstrate the solution. Then it starts working that we are together and we can use our body language. And when we get tired, there is somebody who is taking you the next coffee or Coca-Cola or something like that. So basically, to maximize accessibility, we should consider not only technology, but also the human aspect.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we have selected, at least at Tallinn University and Aalto, a hybrid version of hackathon. So basically, who wanted to be online, they stayed online. Who wanted to come to the university, they could come to the university. And of course, it made our life more difficult, even with technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you bring some failures?
Some examples, because
failures. Let's talk about
yes,
failures.
about the failures is most interesting part.
Yeah, well, one challenge is always like you plan for a hybrid event. What if nobody signs up for the physical part, right?
You can't focus for the booth, really.
Exactly.
Or you need to have the cameramans like we have here, that they can look into the camera or camera can find me, not me to find the camera. And then it is maybe possible.
And that's one of the tricks. I mean, you need to be prepared for facilitating the online group. There needs to be at least one facilitator for the online group only. And of course, somebody to facilitate the local group. And then perhaps somebody who
will bring them together.
Exactly. Ensures that the online group hears from the local group and vice versa.
And physically, the people influence us more. And even I afraid a bit our last session today, because then I have the people online and physically here. And of course, I have the better connection with you.
Yeah.
And maybe I forget these people who are somewhere there.
Exactly.
Is it possible?
Exactly. That's why it's so important to have the facilitator just for the online group.
Yes, and that's something that happened also last year when we conducted our hybrid hackathon. So actually, we had 2 hosts for the online and 2 hosts for the on-site hackathon. And actually, sometimes it seemed that the online people have less opportunities. Because the moment we tried to bring them together, for example, we had mentors. We had on-site mentors, online mentors. But the online people wanted to get on-site mentors. Then we went looking for them around the university. And, you told that the technology gives us the accessibility. But first you have to find the technology. And you have to take the technology with you, and then you have to run around the university with this technology looking for the people. So this is a problem. So we don't say that you shouldn't conduct the hybrid hackathons, but they are not cheaper. And also maybe the one misconcept, online hackathons are not somewhat cheaper because you have to assure the accessibility via really high level technology. Video streams, everything, and you also have to train people like Mart Sonic or someone similar, training how to talk to camera, how to look at camera, lights and everything.
Sound, lights, everything.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, in the DigiEduhack website, we have the learning opportunities.
Yeah.
So technology helps to people to get familiar, like what are the best tips and tricks for hosting a challenge, but also consider podcasts. I mean, before hosting a challenge, why not give record few podcasts about what is the idea, what is the challenge exactly, and people
some short videos about the topic.
Short videos, exactly, but contextualizing all this. Creates connection between the participants and the hosts before the actual challenge starts.
Oh my God, Tommy, now I start recalling failures.
Yeah.
Recalling failures. And the first failure that comes into my mind is related to communication to the on-site people. Because when you have people on-site, so much is happening every second, every moment, in every corner. And then we had forgotten how to communicate really urgent messages to on-site people. And we sent them emails.
What happened?
We sent emails, and some emails didn't reach.
Okay.
Of course, and because of the time pressure and
yeah.
lot of activities, they don't just check this
They
email
don't check,
box.
yeah, they don't check.
They don't have the time for that.
Yeah. So the biggest lesson what we learned that you have to have checkpoints. When you have this physical hackathon, you have to have checkpoints. You can't count on email, Messenger, Slack, Discord, whatever thing. You just have to have the checkpoints, and you have to say you have to come to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Just have to come to the checkpoint. So that was the
very good
that
advice.
was a really big failure. Okay, we managed to communicate everything, but we had actually in the agenda these checkpoints, and then we think, okay, we can save time. Let's remove these checkpoints.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Reminds me of one another advice. We were close to failure. We had one hackathon which got like 35 participants suddenly, but we didn't have too big space, right? Luckily, we were able to extend this space for us, and finally it was fine. So, but if you are hosting a challenge, think about different scenarios. What if there is only 5 people signing up? What if there is like suddenly 30 people, 100 people? What will you do?
Yeah, where they gonna be physically, and how you can connect with them.
Exactly.
Exactly with these milestones and to communicate.
Exactly. If the
and
room
it's not
is
enough
too
to
small,
send an email, they don't notice it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, physically to run from the room to another room and to the third room, it's also not easy.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes not possible.
Yeah.
Maybe they are somewhere in the campus.
Yeah.
And another thing I'm recalling right now, actually, when we have a diverse audience, you also have to think who is your audience, who is going to participate, and you have to be inclusive. If you consider, okay, they are all students, you can make one type of rules, but if there might be, for example, mothers with small children we had, another type of rules. So you have to decide whether, if it is a on-site hackathon or online hackathon, doesn't matter, whether do you allow to stay people at the premises, for example, after 10 o'clock, after 11 o'clock, whether you let them hack like throughout the night, but maybe it's not fair if you have small children or if you have elderly people. So everybody should get like quite equal opportunities.
But it's not possible to make rules which are not anymore the rules, and all the target groups have the different rules.
Precisely, and that's the trick. You also have to consider in the hackathon, and also that's the reason why hackathons are still competitions. So, and then you have to be brave, and you have to consider that maybe it's not, the most comfortable place to be. Maybe you have to suffer. Maybe you won't get 9 hours of sleep, and maybe you won't get only the most healthy food, because you need, some raw energy from the sugar or something like that.
Hey, one came to my mind when you were saying that at the start of your challenge, what if some people don't find a team to work with? That's so crucial to bring people together, introduce people to each other, let them voice out the participants, like how are they going to about, and then others join that kind of very draft solution.
How you can make it a little bit smoother, the way to get together? How you make it? To interview the people, or you
letting everybody to introduce like who they are, where they're from, and what is they passionate about. That
and then they have the connection because they can hear and they can view the other person.
Exactly, and we have used quite a few successful things, like you make a sticker, all the participants, like what do you want to talk about, what kind of things you might want to
what
think
type of ideas do you bring, whether you are a marketing person, whether you are a coder.
Roles are great.
Yeah, so the roles are crucial.
Yeah.
Actually, because you can't put together the team consisting only coders, software developers or marketing people. And yes, actually, you have to facilitate. You have to facilitate because if you are host, it's your responsibility that everybody who joined the hackathon could find a team. And maybe we should define the hackathon for the people who haven't conducted it. Actually, you as a host, you are just a facilitator of a really cool event where people with crazy ideas come together and they have to demonstrate to the world that these ideas might have a future in the education.
Exactly.
So they had before hackathon, they had also the necessariness to write down to the label who they are, what is their possible role, and what are the topics they are interested about.
Exactly, and role as well. Yeah, it's so simple.
Was before they started, before they came to the hackathon.
Well, or at the start of the hackathon, and then you give a time pressure. Let's say 10 minutes, very short one. Like, hey, create as diverse team as you can. 10 minutes time. Oh wow, who should I? Okay, are you a coder? Okay, can you
come into my team and you and?
So it's like a start of this competitive mindset. It's like a nice small game. It's not too serious or anything, but it creates excellent groups.
But in the beginning, you give kind of the leading role also to who is this person who is taking together the other members.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't have the 2, 3 or 4 people who are starting to lead the group in the beginning. Or is it the leader at all important?
It's depending on the format of the hackathon, but usually when people register to the hackathon, we also ask whether to have an idea. And then you have to describe the idea. You put already the idea beforehand to the web page or somewhere, and other can start checking. And when the hackathon starts, it begins with idea pitching. So basically, I have an idea, and I will invite this type of people to join my idea. So that's like a pre-pitching of the ideas, and not all ideas will survive, and that it will be followed something like Tommy described. If your idea won't survive, how you can find a new team?
Exactly.
We don't want the cool people to leave the hackathon.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
exactly.
And if I see that my idea wasn't the best, so maybe I so much love my idea that I don't want to do anything else. But let's see what is the others' experience, and soon we will go to the online. So there are the Rasul from Azerbaijan and Stefania from Greece. Let's hear them, what is their experience, and then we gather together and we will try the hybrid as well.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's try it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and soon we will be back. Hello to viewers and hello, of course, to Azerbaijan and Greece. Hello, Rasul, and hello, Stefania. It's nice to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Mart. Nice to see you.
First question is same, what I asked already from Tommy and Janika. Can you briefly describe your role and your background? And first, maybe the Stefania. Floor is yours. Who you are?
Thank you, Mart. Hello, everyone. So it's Stefania from Greece, Thessaloniki. I work as a research collaborator at Web2Learn, an R&D company specializing in digital education and hackathon enthusiasts for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. And Rasul, who you are? Rasul, can you hear us? Technology always can make some little troubles, and it's a part of our life, really. But probably we can't hear Rasul. Rasul, can you hear us? Can you wave to us if you can hear us? Ah, okay. Rasul, let's start again. Turn on your microphone. Nope, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. You need to check the settings. I don't know, is it the Zoom or is it Teams or Meets? There are so many different platforms. But until Rasul will check the settings, I will ask from Stefania that what do you think? How the technology can help us to gather the people together, or it doesn't help us to gather people together? Sometimes so.
I would say so, Mark. So I would say also that from COVID, since COVID, people get more used to communicate online. And so I think at the beginning there was a difficulty to understand and familiarize with technological tools. But I think that today more people are more eager to connect and connect meaningfully through technology. So I think that's not a burden, but if used correctly, we can have good results and meaningful achievements of technology.
What does it mean? How to use it correctly in a way to be really participative during the process? What do we need to know, the tricks and tips?
I would argue that we should first start by understanding the context and doing a careful needs analysis of the people we want to reach and the goals we want to achieve. And that's a must for sure before planning any online event, just like you would do in a physical event. So you have to take into account the human factor and this aspect that would make your online event run smoothly as a physical one, and also take into account that the online sessions need to be as more engaging as possible, because you don't want to end up with an online event that is boring or ending up like a lecture with no interaction, with no possibility for people to interact.
So even with online, you need to think about how to interact with the people. I mean, how to get the feedback when I'm gonna ask the questions. And if I see the physical people, then it's a little bit more easier. I can understand from the body language that nope, I don't have the questions right now from the audience. But there you need to give a time for the people online.
So the first, that's very important that at the beginning, the first sessions of your online hackathon challenge should really focus on getting to know each other. You can have these get to know each other sessions, more brainstorming and more fun activities for people to break the ice and make people connect with each other meaningfully. And now we have also a very interesting interactive tools. For example, today we use Slido, but we can think of many other online tools, Miro, or other stuff that can facilitate instant exchange of experiences and our creative ideas online.
In the first session, we talked about the cultural differences, and we need to do some projects at home in the beginning, then later on the EU level, and then we can see that there are some differences. Can you suggest some, let's say, icebreakers, which could be good for Europeans and not connected not so much with the cultural differences? To use it in the beginning, to entertain, to make some fun, to open the people.
Of course, culture is an interesting topic, but also a delicate one to touch upon. So better to or avoid it or play more safe, because we need to respect each other and we need to overcome stereotypes and not get into this direction. I think that more talking about things we like, passions we have as individuals is more interesting and more meaningful to hear an icebreaker session rather than ending up talking about cultural stuff that may also not be the best option and solution for us to adopt.
And also, if you make a fun, then make a fun about yourself. Then it's a most convenient way and no troubles with that. Not about the participants or about culture differences. These hybrid formats. One thing is to talk physically with the people. It's the best one, because even now in the online, if I want to turn to you, then I can see you there back in the camera after the lights, or I can go here.
Hello.
And then you don't have the contact with me at all, but I can see you. So I look into the camera and I can't see you. With the physically, I can see, I can feel, I can understand. But online, it's harder, and it's very hard to do it in a hybrid way. Am I right? And hello, Rasul. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hello.
I'm
sorry for technical issues.
No problem at all. It's the life, and we lived during the coronavirus period. Went through all these. Sometimes happens technical issues. But my question was about hybrid conferences and also the hybrid events, hybrid formats. That how to do them in a good way to interact with the participants. What is your experience? And then maybe Rasul, you can start with this.
Yes. I think one innovative approach that has proven, I think, successful in the use of virtual collaboration tools that mimic the dynamics of in-person interactions. Platforms such as Discord or other environments offer spaces for participants in brainstorm, share ideas, and collaborate seamlessly. And also we can use like gamification elements like leaderboards, achievement badges, and so on.
Okay, so
in the hybrid hackathon, yeah.
In a hybrid, you suggest to use web-based solutions, to example, to collect the ideas.
Yeah, for the online site, we should use like web tools, and also we can just make the first day of the hackathon like online, and other day can be on site. And also we can record like workshops, and we can send records to our participants.
So then they can kind of to see what the others did. these videos can't be very long. I mean, they need to be interesting for the viewers.
Yeah, that's why we should choose our team for like cameramen for shooting and taking the best pictures they can.
Also, you need to have the technical edition probably after the shooting. It takes a little time, but it's good to have this time because then the product will be more, let's say, with a better quality.
Yes.
What else are these possible tips and tricks for the hybrid sessions? Example for the moderator.
Like hybrid formats offer a wealth of opportunities to create synergistic engagement experiences that cater the diverse needs and preferences of both online and in-person participants. For example, hybrid hackathons can feature hybrid teams comprising both online and in-person members, fostering cross-cultural collaborations and knowledge exchange. Additionally, organizing synchronized activities such as ideation sessions, team check-ins, and network events ensures that all participants feel quality, valued, and engaged, irrespective of their physical location.
That's very much true. Stefania, do you want to add something for the Rasul?
I think that I fully agree with Rasul. My challenge was also entirely online, so I wouldn't have any tip to add here. But of course, it's important to ensure that online participants in hybrid events feel the same way engaged and welcome as physical participants. So not make them feel like second level or just not that much important. So it's fundamental you keep the balance between the two.
It is, and there are many details which makes some mentor or the facilitator good and another one not so good. What is the role and what are the possible suggestions to the mentors and the facilitators from your side, from your experience?
So I would argue that mentor's role and facilitator's role is absolutely fundamental for a successful challenge. So be careful when you are going to select who these people would be. In our case, because we encouraged participants to work with space data, so we brought along researchers from the National Observatory of Athens, but my point is that you need to get mentors that are very much connected to the objective and the topic of your challenge. And when it comes to facilitators, their role is very important because they need to make sure that a safe and welcoming environment is created for all, especially for people who join hackathons from the first time. So they need to understand better the context and collaborate with more experienced peers. Here, the role of facilitator is fundamental in making sure that different levels of experience, expertise, and participation merge greatly together in an harmonious way.
Thank you, Stefania. Thank you, Rasul. We will meet with you again. So we will have the hybrid session coming, and then Rasul, please prepare to answer the question who you are and what is your role. Thank you so much and see you soon.
You know, idea is one thing, but then also stay on that very bumpy road.
Kes oleme?
Insane how much work you created to the jury members. Congratulations to all of you for doing such an amazing work here during the weekend.
Palju õnne teile kõikidele, te olite väga vahvad. Ja nüüd palun Torgile.
DigiEduhack 2023!
Welcome back. Now we start with a hybrid session. And everyone are here because Rasul don't have any technical problems, and I think that Stefania already was from the beginning with a good online connection with us. And of course, our guests here, Tommy and Janika, you are here and no troubles at all. You are physically here.
Can you hear me?
And don't lag, yeah.
No.
No. So, but the first things first. Rasul, you hadn't time to introduce yourself. Can you tell us about your background, please?
Good day, everyone. Again, it's an absolute pleasure to be here today online. I am an IT student at Azerbaijan State University of Economics, as a co-founder of EdTech startup and lead organizer of Hack for World Baku. I am driving to push boundaries in the tech industry.
Thank you, Rasul. We ended up with the last session talking about the mentors and the facilitators. I think that people need to know what are the expectations for the mentors and facilitators, who they are. Who wants to start from here?
Yeah, I mean, one way to think about it is like mentor can have very specific disciplinary knowledge, like let's say AI, mentor about AI aspects about the related to possible solutions, while facilitator is like more generic guy, person, dude, lady who is
gives the voice for everyone.
Exactly,
and,
creates ice-breaking, matches people together, and mentor is then like, okay, I know about virtual reality, I can give you like tons of advice how to go about it.
And Janika, every year you need to have some facilitators and mentors who comes to and who joins with the hackathon.
Yeah, so maybe to simplify the process, to conduct the hackathon, first you have to have a host. And everyone can be a host. Host is the person who creates the agenda and who starts inviting both mentors who have specific knowledge and participants. And sometimes to become a host seems a bit scary, because first I think, I don't know everything. It's about EdTech. How should I know about deep tech? How should I know about AI or virtual reality? Or I don't know, maybe I don't know the geography of the 8th grade, or I'm not strong in math. So as a host, you don't have to have an expertise on subjects. You just have to be a community expert to create to organize a great party. The party,
like a good journalist, a little bit.
Can
ask the questions and give the feedback.
Yes. Yeah. And then as a host, you just have to create an agenda. You have to create a website. you have to start inviting people, and at the same time you have to start thinking, okay, who could bring a hamburger, who could bring pizza, who could be a mentor, where our participants can sleep overnight. If it's a hybrid, okay, where I could find a cameraman, maybe I have a good friend, can you work for a pizza? Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's the way. So when thinking about, like there are millions euros to be spent, no, you can do a hackathon like a community event. Just everybody would spend 20 euros and that is done.
Yeah, totally. Party is a good metaphor. I mean, party needs a good music and good theme, and that's it. Good people.
And mentors also work for a pizza.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
I'm so sorry. I have to describe what happened last year.
You need to do it.
I need to do it. I just have to do it. It was a question in the question and answer session, but I have to say it out. So it was the first evening of our hackathon. There was an inspirational speech. Of course, you need inspirational speakers.
Yeah, totally.
And the only thing you can offer to the mentors is a good...
this was this dinner story.
Good dinner.
I heard about
it. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
And then the mentors are coming already close to the restaurant. And then our really good organizer, Sirli, greetings to you, will call me, our dinner is cancelled. 30 people are coming to the dinner Friday evening, center of town in Tallinn, and it's cancelled.
It's not possible to find
it's
dinner.
No.
You went to the pizza place. It is possible. No?
This is too long story. We found a new place. There were only wine and hamburgers and other stuff. It was a wonderful evening, but we didn't understand who could do that. And we saw that technology might fail. But it was as simple as it is. One guy called during the day and told, I want to cancel table for two. And table for two sounded like tell you.
So table for two cancelled.
Yeah.
T2. About the joke.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And the surprises will always happen in challenges, in hackathons. But it's a good thing, because then you learn how to...
It brought us together, all these mentors, all these organizers.
Yeah.
But you have to be... You don't have to be afraid of,
really,
because you know the failures will happen.
And resilience, I mean, you grow to be more resilient.
Yeah.
And it's always good to jump out of your comfort zone, right? To start something new. You never know, it might be challenging and everything, but what if you learn something yourself?
Stefania, you are already made something like that. So you tell us, what is your experience and about this flexibility and all of this during the hackathon?
Mart, I couldn't agree more with Tommy and Janica. So I could confirm that pizza works well, but also coffee and tea. For our online hackathon, we have these coffee moments in the afternoon sessions and tea moments. So really, community engagement and making people feel like home and making them feel comfortable with each other, talking about themselves. And this also is a trigger for innovation, because you cannot innovate if you're under pressure and under stress. So you need to calm down, take deep breaths.
But small pressure is good. Yeah? But you need to feel yourself comfortably.
Pressure, yes,
and
because
open.
there are deadlines.
Yeah, but to be innovative, then you need to have the comfortable zone there.
You need both.
Yes, so the both sides are important. Rasul, do you want to add something about this process and flexibility of the participants and the mentors and facilitators as well?
Before let's touch upon the importance of accessibility. In the digital realm, inclusivity is a paramount. By embracing diverse perspectives and accommodating various needs, schedules and locations, we can ensure that every individual has the opportunity to participate fully in the hackathon experience. Leveraging technology to provide like language interpretation, like real-time captioning, and accessible communication channels creates, I think, a welcoming environment for all, and also maximize accessibility.
How to do it? How to maximize the accessibility? How you can guarantee it through the technology?
As we had a method we used in our hackathon that we create individual channels for the people who needs the accessibility, and we schedule Zoom calls and other things for their needs.
Okay, so before the hackathon, you understood what kind of needs are for the participants, and then you prepared yourself before it. Jaanika, you want to add?
As we started talking about these cultural things, actually when you have diverse audience and you want at the same time to conduct local hackathon and international hackathon, so how we solved the issue, we had two hosts. I was translating everything into Estonian, but for the international participants, we also had English-speaking host. And what happened that actually I had, you know, my own ideas, and then I kind of complemented this English talk. But
that's one trick, good one.
Yes, so I just didn't repeat it because I knew that majority of the audience will also get this English talk, but for them who didn't understand, I just didn't want to do the translation thing. I wanted to give them a bit more insight. And luckily, my English host also understood Estonian, so we started, you know, some
It's not always so it is. You would be really lucky that this person understood Estonian as well.
But
so
the language is extremely important because when
is.
you create to your country, it has to be native language for everybody also, beside the English one.
That's quite true. We've seen during this broadcast many videos, 3 videos. Okay, why you made these videos? Why these videos are important? Well, technically edited and put together, and emotions, and why it's necessary.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, challenge as a party. I mean, of course, there are a lot of stories about a better party, right? So video is one way to capture this story and share it to others and to ourselves as well and to participants.
And actually, it was a 24 hours story. We tried to put into the 2 minutes and 3 minutes, and I saw that the last one was about this Tallinn University hackathon. Of course, I would like to see the cake, and every time I see me and the cake, I remember it was a good cake.
Oh yeah,
you remember this triggers. You have some anchors.
It triggers. I would like to do again because the hackathon will be over with a wonderful cake. But also when I saw the smiles, and to be honest, I don't know about you, Tommy, but just a few days ago, I received an email where one of our participants told, "I'm so grateful. It has changed my life. Now I'm in some incubator." So as a host, you will receive these emails afterwards, and it keeps you going. You want to do it again because you can change the lives of the people.
Yeah,
something like that. Even without a huge budget or even without being expert on AI or something like that. So it's totally worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
People who hear us and view us, maybe they want to organize something similar. Maybe it's not a hackathon, but they also want to have the hybrid session, well prepared and well managed by the facilitators and the mentors. And you told many times about the budget. No. I will ask the last question from them about the budget. That the huge budget is not necessary, but how to do such a things with a low budget is my question. or
Well,
how
I think
to
the
use?
picnic metaphor is again
Yeah.
very good.
Okay.
Like, what if all people, different cultures, bring their own like specialty from they represented their own culture, like food to the common table, drinks well. I mean, how expensive is that? Because everybody's sharing, right? And you get
Yes, everyone can
Yeah.
share. That's true.
and you learn from others. And then let's, by the way, solve also this challenge. And one thing that we have to remember that people actually want to participate these challenges. I mean, they want to participate this party, right? To be part of this story. So as a host, don't be too afraid of like organizing this party. I have to share, once I was organizing a really big event, 150 people at Aalto University, and the big screens didn't work when we were starting. It was like 5 minutes before it started. They didn't work at all. Then I was like, okay, why are we doing it? But then I look at the audience. They were so happily networking and everything, smiling. And I was like, they don't care if our screens don't work. And then luckily, suddenly they started to work. So look at people smiling. It's amazing. So don't worry too much. Just run the party, run the challenge.
We have the last seconds, but let's say for the quick answer, how hackathon changed your life? Stefania and then Rasul.
Briefly then, Mart, in my case, it was a very touching experience because our hackathon challenge had to do with Ukrainian cultural heritage. So we networked with Ukrainian people, with people in the Baltics also, and we had to experience and share very touching moments. Just to share with you that there was a bombing alarm in one of our sessions, during our sessions in Kiev, and some of our participants had to disconnect, and then we were a bit anxious if they get back and everything is okay. But hopefully everything went well, and I want to thank them and my colleagues, Katerina Boychenko, Katerina Zhurov, for facilitating greatly in difficult circumstances. So definitely a life-changing and important experience.
Thank you, Stefania. Rasul.
As we mentioned technical issues, I want to say, as for an interesting story from my hackathon journey, I remember a tough situation where technical problems popped up right before the event. Our university's tech support person, who in charge of setting up equipment, unexpectedly quit before the hackathon. With the hackathon approaching, we found ourselves in a tough spot without proper technical help, but we didn't give up. We had like 20 teams in front of us, but they don't care about our technical issues. They had smiles, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And it was great opportunity to see the real community in front of us. And after the hackathon, we create community like coders.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's these are these best answers right now to ask the people that they can ask anything, because the next session is Ask Me Anything session. So I hope that there are now the raised questions, how to do, how to use, and how to make it in the best way. So the next broadcast will be held in the 21st of May. So welcome to the Digital Educational Hackathon broadcast in the end of the May. See you soon. And thank you for the guests.
Thank you.
Thank you.